It's a Monday. I decided to bring Charlie to the park because it's been raining all weekend and he hasn't been able to go out. So poor little guy's been cooped up this whole weekend, and so I thought I'd take him to the park. You've been a good boy. Okay, so today's Mentoring Monday quote can be found in my Instagram. It's @your6figurementor, and it is a favorite quote of mine from one of my close, dear mentors. He says, "You can make excuses or you can make money, you just can't do both." I don't care what type of business you start, you're going to have hardships. And one of the great things about having a mentor is a mentor helps you fight off that feeling, that overwhelming feeling of loneliness, being out on your own and starting your own business. One of the quickest ways to lose a mentor is to come to that mentor with excuses. I know the feeling of wanting to just dump your pains, your entrepreneurial pains. If you don't have pains in starting a business, you probably haven't started a real business. One thing that my mentor said to me is, he said, "Excuses are the lies that we tell ourselves as to why we are unsuccessful." There's some huge truth in that. One of the biggest things that I help mentees with is to overcome their need to listen to their own excuses. You know, half the time, the people who are successful are the ones that simply stop listening to the excuses that are in their heart, that are in all of our hearts, as to why a business isn't working out, why someone won't become your customer, why someone won't, your ideal recruit just won't join your business or join your company. One of the things you gotta do is just decide not to listen to your own excuses anymore, not to make those excuses. You know, everyone has excuses as to why they can't be successful. The difference between the people who are successful and aren't are simply the people who won't put up excuses. I know when I first got started 6 years ago with my first business, it was a business from home and I worked it part-time. Actually, the first 2 weeks I had some success, but not much. I remember my mentor had a very tough conversation with me. You know, I believe that a good relationship with a mentor is one where they say the hard words to you, where they are maybe not the nicest to you. If you've got a mentor that is only nice to you when things are going rough, then guess what? You've got a mentor that is not going to be there when you really need them to be. If you have tough words, you're gonna back them up with consistent actions. I remember he had a tough conversation with me and he said, it's time to stop messing around. You've been playing around with this business. It's time to get serious. And I'll never forget that. You know, hard words actually showed me that he believed in me enough that he knew I was not giving him my full potential, and I really wasn't. You know, as children, all of us, our lives are bound largely by circumstance, like where you were born, the family, the socioeconomic background that you came from. But as an adult, you're largely bound by your decisions, the decisions that you make. So what a mentor does is, if by treating you like an adult, not like a child, they're not going to listen to your excuses. And they're going to encourage you to stop buying into your own excuses why you cannot be successful. One of the most quoted chapters in the Bible is 1 Corinthians. That's the love chapter. It's been quoted a million times in a trillion Hallmark cards. You know, it goes, love is patient, love is kind. But later on in the exact same chapter, it has this to say. It says, "When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me." When someone is so near and dear to you that you consider them family, that's when you have serious talks. A mentor is someone who is patient with you, but doesn't put up with childish talk, especially when you've grown up. When you're grown up and it's time for you to move on, then it's time to have serious conversations, and they're not afraid to have the serious conversation with you. You know, one of the secrets of success is that it is easy to do, and what Jim Rohn means by easy is it's something that's possible. The problem with something that's easy to do is it's also easy not to do. And so sometimes the excuses that we make and that we buy and we believe are things that are easy to do, that we could easily do to have success. They just, success eludes us because we fail to do the easy things. First time he's ever used a fire hydrant. believe the reason why we listen to our own excuses is because we minimize the consequences. We say, oh, what's it gonna change if I don't make this one follow-up call? And so we say, oh, not much, and then we just let things slide. So what I think you need to do is to take things to their ultimate end. You gotta take things to their ultimate conclusion. Well, what happens if I don't make that follow-up call? My business won't grow. What happens if my business doesn't grow? Then I'll be in financial trouble. Well, what happens if I get in financial trouble? Well, I won't be able to support my kids, my lifestyle, my family. And that's where you have to take things. I stopped listening to my own excuses the day that I said to myself, you know, you're stealing food out of your own kids' mouths and they can't even do anything about it. They're helpless to even say anything to you. So I had hard conversations with myself so that my mentor wouldn't have to. He had one hard conversation with me, and then from there on forward, I stopped being my own worst enemy, stopped listening to the lies and excuses as to why I couldn't be successful, and I said to myself, when I didn't want to make that call, I said, you're stealing food from your kids' mouths right now. Man up, stop doing that, and get your butt going.
Am I on the vlog?
Hi.
Am I on the vlog?
Yeah, you're in the vlog. You know, Charlie, it says, do not enter garden. And thank you. No, come on. So that's it for this week's Mentoring Monday. If you like what you see, share and subscribe. You can find this one on Your Six Figure Mentor, the Instagram page, and just please tag me in it. So I will see you guys next Monday for another positive and inspiring word. Okay, bye, take care. Viking tradition.
Yeah.
Interesting. Never seen that.